problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Poke loose. And here comes the break. Pushing it up. A nice shot by Irving.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now here's Hibbert. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Outside Bryant. And here's Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense there from Irving. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
And Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin, but you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Now here's Bass. Nance outside. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. 6 on the shot clock. Bass with the screen. Here's Williams. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA.
Now here's James. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP and a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest, and I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
2 summers ago, all anyone could talk about was LeBron James and the return to Cleveland.
I mean, you couldn't write that stuff, Kevin. I mean, it was unbelievable, the storyline. I mean, after all the acrimony between LeBron and the ownership as well as the fans, but you know what? He said it best. He truly is back where he belongs.
He's home.
Yes.
He's home. Shot from 12, and he knocks down the jumper. And that's now 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
And, you know, for LeBron, he knew he had his work cut out for him in Cleveland. A younger team unseasoned in the playoffs. They had to remake the roster a bit and gain that experience.
Fires top of the key. That is good. 16 points for baddest one.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
And LeBron and the Cavs, I think they'll have a chance to bring that long-awaited championship to the city of Cleveland. But LeBron's return was bigger than basketball. He said it was about hope and inspiring his home state, and no doubt that was accomplished in his first year.
Here's Wirtz, covered by Irving. On the wing, Bryant to stop the run. That's good. Bryant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's the 3. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
Yeah, how about this first quarter? 7 of 9 from the field. He is putting on a show.
Count the bucket. Bryant's got 5 points so far.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
And it's sent back by Bryant. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Cavaliers lead by 19. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
You want to guard the paint.
When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Baddest one out there with LeBron James, and it's Jay in at the 5. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Now, here is Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Clarkson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
Russell loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Russell's got his second bucket of the night.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
That's good. 24 points for Baddest One.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Outside Williams. 14 feet away. Smith with the defensive effort.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Outside Irving. Pass to Baddest One. Fires from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
You have to like what we're seeing from Baddest One.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
The Lakers with the ball. That's tipped, and so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Off the inbound.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Now, here is Smith. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. That's good.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
And that one's good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark, 4 of 9 all told. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The Lakers have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. To the paint, here's Williams. Another miss, his 6th of the night after 6 shot attempts.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Inside, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 34 points for baddest one.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Williams kicks to Clarkson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. LeBron with the block. Irving passes to baddest one. Shot on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. That's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
That's good. Baddest one's got 38 points.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
From deep three-point range, and it's Russell with the rebound. And former Coach of the Year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Here's Clarkson. J.R. Smith making his last shot. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Smith with the basket on the assist by Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And so it's Cleveland with it. He got it up. He got it up that time. A dominating first half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game.